Hey guys, Johnny here from Ecommerce SEO. What is RSS Authority Sniper and is it easy to use and how quickly can you use it? Just quickly, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notifications, or head on over to our private Facebook group where we've got plenty of great discussion in there about Shopify SEO. Now in this video, I'm just going to go through the bit of software we use called RSS Authority Sniper. In one of the previous videos, or a couple of previous videos, I think we actually spoke about the strategy of using co-citations and co-occurrence with our Shopify stores to build authority and build rankings without the traditional link building. And the bit of software that we use to do that is called RSS Authority Sniper. Now, I'm not going to go into what co-citation is and why it would benefit your Shopify store to build authority and rankings. You can go back and look at the videos we've recorded on those, and there'll be a link in the description so you can easily view those. But what I'm going to do is just work through the bit of software that we use to do that, that makes it really easy, really quick, and it's incredibly powerful to build authority and help rank your collection pages, your product pages, and your entire Shopify store without traditional link building. Now we do have our core link building strategy as well, so this is sits beside what we do with our traditional link building. Not a lot of people do this, certainly not a lot do it with Shopify, because it doesn't inherently integrate well with it. There's a little bit of setup, so to use this bit of software you have to actually set up Shopify and just add a bit of code in the theme.liquid to make it work. But that's really simple to do. If you want to know more about that, you can just message me. It's also, we've got the full setup in our Shopify SEO version 2 course. So basically what RSS Authority Sniper does, it helps you build authority and improve rankings and traffic by using the or piggybacking the strategy, which is co-citation, where you can actually benefit off the authority of other high quality sites. So essentially what it does, it helps us build an RSS feed or a mashed RSS feed where it has not only our assets, so either our Shopify homepage or a Shopify feed, or even a dedicated Shopify collection page, for example, and then we mash that up in an RSS feed alongside other high quality and very relevant sites within that market. And we can also add in .gov.edu sites, etc., that then creates that feed, and it's an asset that can be pinged out to the RSS directories and picked up by other sites around the net or around the web, and you've got that co-citation happening while it's being pinged out there. Now you can do this manually. You can build feeds out manually using different RSS mashing software. Then you have to submit them to all directory sites, or you're going to have to pay someone on Fiverr, for example, to submit them to the RSS submission sites. And there's many of them out there. But this whole system using RSS Authority Sniper, and then the other bit of software that you need with it, which is the rank feeder, which is in the pinging service. It pings out to, I think, 97 RSS submission sites automatically once you've created your feed. So it's pretty cool, does things really quickly. So I'm just going to go through how to do it now. So the very first step is you enter the actual page you're really trying to boost authority with. So we're boosting a collection page here. We've got our feed set up. We've added that bit of code in the back end of Shopify, and then we go get feed info. And what it'll do, it'll pull back the actual feed associated with that particular URL. And there it is there. It's pulled it back. Shopify feeds are .atom feeds, not RSS feeds, but we've been able to get this software to work with those. Then we go to next. And then all we do, we can, so this drop down here is what type of feed. So now we're going out and actually scraping feeds to find out relevant feeds. So we're gonna just, for this sake, put in any. It could be blogs, Blogspot, Pinterest, Tumblr. There's YouTube playlists. There's a heap. So we're going to put in any, and we're going to put in our keyword, which was Fat Blaster. I think it's a weight loss product. And we just scrape our feeds. I'm just going to let that run while I pause the video. Now, while it's scraping feeds, I'll just come over to the rank feeder site, and this is it's a standalone bit of software, but and you need to choose a plan. But you do that when you actually go through the RSS Authority Sniper setup. So I'll just scroll on down. This will give you a bit of a more of a visual representation of how it works. So when you build these feeds, you've got your own target content, your own site feed, which I just spoke about, They've got some other authority sites relevant and in that niche. And then you can also add your .gov.au. So you end up with a feed where you've got all these high quality assets sitting alongside yours, and you're in that same sort of neighborhood, and Google comes in and sees that you're there sitting alongside really high quality sites, and you can start to piggyback that authority. Again, I'm not going to explain in this video how that exactly works. Go and watch the other video on co-citation and it'll make more sense. Okay, so what I did, I changed it to weight loss supplement because the Fat Blast is actually a brand, and there was no feeds available for that. Obviously weight loss is much larger, so we've picked up those. And then you can see here it pulls back all these feeds. So we've got WebMD, so we'll grab that feed because that's one of the biggest health sites in the world. What else will we scroll down? So what I'm doing is opening up the feed, and then I'm adding it to our list of feeds we want to use. And we only use 3 authority feeds. We'll pick up an Australian, because it's an Australian site we're trying to promote. We'll pick up an Australian site feed, and you hook it up to the Moz API as well, so it gives you these metrics of a DA and PA, which is quite handy. It just allows you to filter a little bit more. Okay, and we'll grab this one with DA 43 and feed added, and then we click next. So obviously, if you were doing this a lot, it's much quicker because I'm explaining how to do it. So okay, now we're going to with this we need to load up the account, because you're going through and you set up all your accounts first in your settings, etc. And you set your accounts up here. You've got to set a rank feeder account and also a Feedburner account. We'll get to Feedburner later on. Okay, so we've done that. Now we're going to enter the feed details. So we're just going to say put in the keyword Fat Blaster weight loss supplements. Whoops. Typing too fast. Weight loss supplements Australia. So we're giving it a sort of a location reference as well. Okay, Fat Blaster weight loss supplements. What is Fat Blaster? Is it a quality weight loss supplement? So you can just put in a brief description here. You can add in a couple of sentences if you want, but we're just trying to add in some relevance here and topical relevance with our keywords. So that's fine. Okay, now we're going to add in a project. I'm just going to create the new project, which would be, actually it's not, it's Curavita, because that's a store actually where this actually collection is on. Select a category, so we'll go to, what have we got? Fashion, fitness. There'll be there's a health category here. So this actually helps with relevance as well. So here we go, health. Might even be weight loss on its own. Is there? No. Nutrition. We'll just put in nutrition. Okay, now you can add some tags. So we'll put in the brand name and weight loss supplement, and then also maybe how to lose weight. Okay, now the GPS targeting, this is optional. This is really good if you're sort of wanting to boost a local site or a local GMB, for example, where you can add in the GPS coordinates and pinpoint or actually create a box around a particular location. So we're not going to use this because this is a national site, but it's quite handy and very powerful if you've got a local site. So we're going to ping on publish, so it's going to push it through to rank feeder to be pinged once we publish. And this section here, when you create your feed, what this does is our main target URL that we're trying to target, you can either have it at the very top of the feed or in the static top third or random. So because what happens is feeds are dynamic, so every time these feed sites add a new post or a new product to their feed, then that feed's going to refresh. So you've got this refreshing of the feed as well, which is really good from a Google point of view. But ours is going to be a static link that stays. So we can have it at the top in the static third or have it random. So, but I generally just have it in the static top third. We're going to drip it. We can see you can ping in these periods. We're going to be quite aggressive and ping this every 3 days. And then what happens is rank feeder goes out and pings the submission directories every 3 days. Okay, now we're going to add our .gov and .edu, and all I'm going to do is go and find on my other screen. I'm going to go find a .gov site. Okay, pull this over, and we're going to go site.gov.au. It's an Australian site, and then we'll put in weight loss. Oh, we'll try Fat Blaster and we'll see if there's actually anything on the brand. Fat Blaster, doesn't look like it. So we'll just put in weight loss. Losing weight guide, Health Direct. That's a quality site, so we'll open that up. Losing weight guide, highly relevant. It's .gov.au. So we're going to go and add that to our feed. And then also we're going to look for a .edu. Okay, weight loss news and research, influencer snacking and promoting weight loss. We'll grab that one. So you can go to more detail and do, really dig deep into checking them out. But generally, you're going to know pretty quickly if they're a quality site or not, or a quality page. We'll add that one in, and we'll click add to custom citations. So these are now added to our list. Now you can actually add more here, and you can also add custom URLs. So for example, if you can add a GMB in here, your GMB URL if you're doing local, or even we do it for e-com stores as well. If you had like an Amazon S3 bucket with some information that you're using for building authority and relevance, you could add your S3 bucket in here. Any other high quality site that's relevant and might help. Okay, so we're going to use these 3. So if you select more than 3, you'll end up like with a heap of them here, but you can only select 3 to create the feed. So we only selected 3 in the first place, and then we go create. That's it. Create or authority feed and get URL. So we'll let that run. Okay, that says your rank feeder feed has been created. Okay, then we go next. So now what we need to do is hook up make sure we log into our Feedburner account, which we set up previously. We click login. Now the way this software works, sometimes it doesn't log in properly, but there's a workaround for that. So we're just going to log in with this screen here. I'm just going to sign in, and once that signs in, I can then manually logged in, and it goes green, and now we're manually logged into our Feedburner account. Okay, so now what we're going to do is validate this feed. So here's the feed's been created here, you can see, and there's the actual URL. We'll just copy that we'll use in a second. Then we're going to validate the feed, and then what this does, it hooks into the Feedburner account, and it creates the same feed in Feedburner. So Feedburner is a Google product. It's going to help with indexing and just gaining some trust around the net. Okay, and it adds our title here. So now we're going to go burn the feed, and it burns the feed into Feedburner. And now that's done. Then we go next. We're just going to add in a title here again. So Fat Blaster weight loss supplement. And now it's going to go away, and then you can see it's got the Feedburner URL here. So I'm going to copy that. I'm just going to open up a notepad on my other screen, and we'll go and look at these in a second. Copy that. And you'll see how it's actually created. So we've got our own static URL in here. We've got our site feed. We've got our Feedburner feed, and we've got our rank feeder feed. Okay, now we've got ping URLs. Let that run, and bulk ping successfully submitted. That's it. So that's how we've now created a co-citation feed, and it's going to be pinged non-stop every 3 days, and just with refresh content, and keep pushing that authority back to our collection page and our feed. Now you can see in here I made a typo, but that's fine for this example. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'm going to bring over browser. We're going to open up that Feedburner URL, and you can see here's the Feedburner URL. It's been created. We've got our title, so we've also got our keyword in the URL. We've got our keyword in the title and the relevancy there. There's our Health Direct link, our .edu. That is also, need to move my screen, my face. There's WebMD link right there. We've got the WebMD feed all the way through here, so these are all WebMD, and we'll just scroll on down. So remember, we're in the top third, and we're going to see where our static link is, and there it is there. So now we've got that static link pointing back to our collection. Scroll on down. There's one of our feeds from one of the 3 that we chose earlier on, so you get the picture. And now also we've got our other feed in, our store feed pops in here as well. Okay, so that's the Feedburner. And now here is the rank feed or a news round feed that's actually been created. So it's created with an XML file, so it shows a little bit differently in a browser, but it's a validated feed. So that's how unbelievably quick it is to create a high quality co-citation feed using RSS Authority Sniper. You can see here, you can save your feeds to a library. We've got a history here, all a heap of other settings. Yeah, so really quite simple to use. It's just my phone going off. So that's how quick and simple it is using RSS Authority Sniper to create high quality co-citation RSS feeds that are pinged out to the submission services, and you're going to pull back and build that authority and relevance over time. And it's very safe. They're not going to get penalized, these feeds. The Feedburner is a Google asset, remember, and they're refreshed all the time. So just wanted to go through how simple it was and easy and quick to create those feeds. Okay, thanks. See you in the next video.